All right, two little disclaimers about this. The upcoming video about you're about to watch. It was recorded before winter testing. I'm just getting to editing after winter testing. I'm sorry. So any any of my thoughts that were related to winter testing were before winter testing. I feel like I'm fairly spot on. Anyways, and second of all, there are a few uh portions of the video where, like a dumbass, I sit back and that means my mic can't pick me up. I don't think that's happened in the past, but I'll have to be careful in times at times. And I generally think that also my mic is a little bit quiet most of the video. I'm sorry, but hey, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's all good. But yeah, to the video. All right. Hello, hello. This is just going to be a little pre-return video. Not coming back just yet, and I don't think I'll call this a podcast episode, but it's going to be my thoughts on a few things. Well, first of all, background's black because I've got the virtual green screen on. Behind me is a mess because we're packing to go to the new home. So our first proper video back will be in the new house, which will be cool. Got my new kind of setup and all. But yeah, this will just be a little pre-return video. Proper videos. I might slowly try to get back into it. With pre-season testing recap video, what my thoughts are based on, and my thoughts and my hot takes. But this will just be a little a little video here because let me tell you why I want to do this video and what it's going to be about. Probably a lot of people have clicked off because they're like, "Oh, what is this about?" The title probably tells you, but this is just one more pre-season predictions because I recently did a survey. And I had a shorts series that I was gonna do one per team, but I don't think that's gonna happen now unless I can get a whole bunch of those out right before Bahrain, maybe a little bit early into the season, possibly. But for now, I've got this little preseason predictions. This is recording this probably a week before preseason testing. So, yeah. So this survey basically was posted in the Fastest Pit Stop community. They just wanted to answer a few questions, and I'm gonna share some of my answers actually. That I filled in. I filled in this a while ago, so I'm going to do it based off memory. But okay, so the first question was, who will be world champion 2023? This will probably be the least hottest take. Possibly could be a hot take based on some people. Maybe, but it's a safe bet, I think. I think Max Verstappen will be the world champion. I think there will be a lot of challenges this year. I think both Hamilton and Russell could challenge. I think the battle between Russell and Hamilton's going to be a lot closer than people think. Maybe that's a reason why they wouldn't. And then I think Charles Leclerc also has a good chance. But the momentum of Max Verstappen winning the past two, I think that's going to be hard to beat, especially if Red Bull is on pace. And I think Red Bull's going to be on pace this year. Next year in 2024 might be a bit interesting. I could see him and Red Bull losing out quite a bit. But I think for now, Max Verstappen winning the World Championship. I think it's about 90%. Stranger things have happened though. And let me just fill it out because it's not letting me go to it without filling it out again. All right. So, the next question was, what team will be the constructor champion 2023? I also thought Red Bull at first,
But honestly, I think if Ferrari have a good year, I think Ferrari could be. And I put Ferrari in just for the hot take. Just for the hot take. I think you'll have a good dynamic there. Obviously George Russell and Lewis Hamilton might be fighting a bit, taking points away from each other. I reckon there could be a crash there. I think Red Bull, Perez and Max maybe not being on the best terms may hurt him. It. Though I have heard that this car is going to be a bit more suited towards Perez, so maybe he gets a few more wins combined with the fact that I think Max is going to be the champion. Maybe could be a combo that could win the constructors, and I think it's probably the most likely. But here's why I think Ferrari will be a dark horse this year, even though they won't win the drivers. Charles and Sainz would be a good is a decent combo. He's a decent combo. Charles, obviously Leclerc, has a good shot at winning championship. And then I think Carlos Sainz isn't going to contend for the championship, but he will be solid. He'll probably get a few wins. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Get some good podiums. They have a good car. Again, both of them will be challenging Max Verstappen and Red Bull. I think Max Verstappen and Red Bull will just based off their experience of championship winning ways, especially Max Verstappen, and just the momentum, I think they'll edge him out. But I think that Leclerc and Sainz could get enough points just to get them over the edge of that constructors. Then we see 2024. Could they win the Drivers' Championship? The other reason I think 2023 could be Ferrari's year to get the constructors, and a lot of people did say it last year, is that I think with the new team principal, Fred Vasseur in charge, I think there will be definitely a bit more focus on Leclerc being the main driver. And I think it wouldn't just be alienating Sainz. I think it would be generally like, Sainz, give us proof that you can win the championship. For now, Leclerc is the number one driver. But if you can show your potential, we'll give you a chance next year and the year after. We need you to show you've got that talent. But for now, Charles is a great driver. And I think Carlos could agree with that. He might be a bit salty, but I think he could agree that Leclerc has the better chance of getting the championship. I really wanted Sainz to win championship last year. I told the channel, I think Sainz is going to be the better driver. Sadly, didn't end up like that. Just showed that 2021 was mostly luck on his part. I really wanted him to win. Whatever. It is what it is. I think they could work really well as a team since they have a good dynamic, again, especially with some maybe fraction between Max Verstappen and Checo. And the fact that Daniel Ricciardo's looming. Crazy if we sort of mid-season replacement, but I don't think that is. There's the possibility. I just think there's too much cloudiness within Red Bull. I think there won't be that much cloudiness that Max won't win the championship. But I think constructors. That's why I think Ferrari could. I think Ferrari have got, out of the top three, have got the best solid kind of stable team. Anyways, I'll move on to the next one. Which team will have the fastest pit stop? Went for a boring one here. We won't spend too much time on it because I think it's going to be Red Bull. Possibly McLaren. McLaren's pretty solid as well. Mercedes, maybe. But I think it's safe to say Red Bull. Again, there's some bias, but I think they've got one of the best pit teams. But we shall see. Who are going to be the best teammates? Again, I said Ferrari. Constructors. Hopes, I think, for them, as long as they have the car. Oh no! Wait, no. Who did I say the best? Who's gonna be who are gonna be the best teammates? No. I said McLaren actually. Ferrari will be solid, I think. Maybe there will be a little tension, but I think with McLaren, it all depends on Lando's belief in the team. Maybe he'll take it out a bit on everyone if he's getting a bit sick of McLaren, which I could see. Again, Lando to Red Bull rumors. After 2025, maybe. I don't know. But no, I generally do think that you see Lando and you see Oscar, they're such a good team. They're already good friends. I think Lando's the kind of guy that gets along with everybody. Kind of why the thing that with Daniel is also good because they're just two guys who get along with everybody. Oscar's chill, Again, another Aussie. We Aussies just good at getting along, and Lando's good at that too. They'll have some fun. I don't think they're going to directly challenge each other. I think Lando might have the edge, and then even if Oscar, I feel like, challenges Lando, it'll be in the sort of way where it's like, oh yeah, it's a friendly competition. I think, especially with them being the probably fourth best team, it won't matter too much, I reckon. Maybe a bit of tension, but nothing really. If they were both challenging for the title, then I'd see a lot of tension, a lot of, again, retract that statement. But I think because of that, they're going to be good teammates. I don't know anybody else really. I thought that could be good teammates. It'd be funny if Kevin and Nico got along, and Espan and I don't think they're gonna get along. And I think out of there, a lot of people think that that's gonna fail in Alpine. I think that's just gonna be a little bit of tension. They might have got better, but I'm not really thinking of many teams that really could be better. Like I said, maybe a bit of potential Red Bull, maybe a bit of potential Mercedes, Alfa Romeo. I don't know if Bottas. The thing is, I think Bottas and Zhao are like, I think they're chill. They're not like really like tight. They're just chill with each other. Maybe you could argue that. And who am I missing? Yeah, Williams, Albon, and Logan. We'll see. I think they're just gotta be chill, not really great teammates as such. But yeah, I'm mostly missing a team or two. AlphaTauri, I think DeVries and Yuki actually are probably going to get along somewhat. Yuki loves to joke around with his teammates, as you see. He's already setting up Nick as the new boyfriend. No, but seriously, yeah, I think McLaren in that case. Moving on, how many wet races do you think there will be? Said 4. That's being a bit optimistic. 4 out of 23, 24 races, I think. 23, yeah, 23. Okay. I think it's possible. I love more wet races. And that's the problem because we probably get 2 wet races per year where they're just absolutely bucketing down and we're like, why can't they race? Why can't they race? And we're like, too much rain, too much rain. I just want a soggy track. Like a good like inters, maybe borderline wet kind of race. Even one where it's raining just before the race, and when it gets started, it's wet. At least even for a quarter, it's like they're on the inters. That's nice as well. I think 4's probably about right. Again, you can't get it down to exact science. You know, if you really want to analyze it, you could probably go like, ooh, what's the chances? What's the likelihoods? Let's look at all the Middle Eastern and go, yeah, no, it's not going to rain. Wet race in Bahrain or something would be nice though. Wouldn't be likely, but and then you look at Europe. You look at really the fact that I would say Melbourne actually living here. There's a good chance of it being a wet race. It is summer, but weather here is crazy. But yeah, no, can't get that down to exact science. How many different race winners there will be, and that's how many different race winners will there be? Whatever. Guys, take notes. That's, it's probably to be fair. This was definitely made by someone whose their first language isn't English. In fact, what is this language? Because you can kind of see based off one of the remnants that hasn't translated fully. Tech language, Dutch. Okay, I think I know who was made by then. Anyways, moving on. How many different race winners will there be? First I wanted to say 6. I wanted to say 6 because I feel like anybody could win a race. It's probably likely that it's 6. For the hot take, and anybody in the top 3 teams, but for hot take, I said 5. Now, I think obviously Lewis Hamilton will probably win a race. Max Verstappen will win a race. Charles Leclerc will win a race. They'll all win at least one, probably a few. Again, I think if Max is going to win the championship, he'll win quite a few. Quite a few. He would need a lot, unless it's really spread out and like he doesn't need much. Charles Leclerc will win a few solid, and then Lewis Hamilton, I could see him winning a few less than others, but I don't think I don't know if it's possible. I don't know. I don't know how much he will challenge the title, to be fair. Maybe that's just the biased part of me talking, but we'll see. Maybe he'll go back to his winning races and actually win more than Charles. I don't know. But regardless of that, I think then it leaves then the 3 other top 3 team drivers. Carlos, Rez, George Russell. And that's the thing. I should have just said 6 because I've already said previously Perez might win 3 races. I think I'll stand on that, especially if the car's more developed. But obviously I think I might have said that before. Daniel Ricciardo rumors, and I really feel like they are leaning towards Daniel Ricciardo. I don't know if there will be that. It'll be interesting to see. I've already said Carlos Sainz will win a few. I already said George Russell will be a bit closer to Hamilton. So if we were going to be safe, we would say 6, right? We would say 6. But maybe there's one of them that will miss out. Maybe Ferrari's not got a great car, so Carlos won't win. George Russell, not that confident. Maybe Perez won't win a race. Maybe he will disappoint. And then let's see, Daniel. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. But no. So I think it could be a hot take to say one of them won't win a race, which I think will surprise a lot of people. And maybe in the case of Red Bull, for example, it will make them think about what they want to do next. Because not winning a single race, you know? Maybe you even think Sainz has pressure to win at least one, two. But do they then, even with Sainz, do they go, oh yeah, okay, you're doing your part, you know? I think even George Russell, I think if you're lining him up to be the next Lewis Hamilton, it's like, what's going on? You know, it would have to, I think for that, it would have to be Mercedes. Great. Well, Mercedes doesn't have a great car again. Again, I think the boldest prediction could be Lewis Hamilton does not win again. As much as I am a bit of a hater, I don't think that's something that will happen, especially if Mercedes have a good car. Even if Mercedes don't have a great car, I think he could still win one. Lewis is still driving at an amazing level, but we will see how much better he's racing than George. Because, like I said, I think that the gap between them might tighten up a bit. Again, obviously, last year being a bit more based on other factors, but this time maybe it will be based on pure race pace. You know, I do remember George Russell was one time, I think one of the young drivers in that Mercedes. George Russell did a faster time than Lewis. Than Lewis could even get in that same year, around the same track. It's talent. It's talent there. I think that was like 2019 or something, 2020, 2019, I think. Yeah. And yeah, no, he's shown in the same car he can be leagues ahead of Bottas, similar to how Lewis can be leagues ahead of Bottas. Saying, I don't like George. I don't like George either, but we'll see. But yeah, speaking of which, the next question was, which does go into the previous question is, do you think any other driver outside the top three will win a race? If so, who? I said a boring answer because I truly believe a lot of the videos people have been putting out about, oh yeah, like we shouldn't have expected a surprise winner. Really, we shouldn't have expected a surprise winner. We shouldn't expect a surprise winner this year because like who can win? You know, McLaren maybe. You know, Ocon and Gasly could always win again. I think it's not a question of first time drive, but still, even them winning would be crazy. Look, I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna say if there was one person, I think it could be Fernando Alonso in a semi decent Aston Martin. Like we have to see if does it live up to the hype. If they're competing on a race to race basis with Alpine and McLaren, I don't know how good if it can be in that midfield battle. Solid midfield battle. I think Alonso could sneak in on a really weird race. Maybe on a wet race, perhaps. It have to be weird. It would have to be Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen having issues. Could possibly beat Lewis, I feel. And then obviously maybe he's probably better in the wet than other top three drivers. Alonso could. But my money, if I had to put my money somewhere, I'd say no. Only the top three teams. Right. Which car? And then next question was, which car do you think will look the best on track in terms of aesthetic? This one or this one? I said Alfa Romeo because I love Alfa Romeo's livery. Like I'll just look at it again right now. I know there's like mixed questions, like it's mixed feelings about. I mean, the car and how it could look a bit too much like a Ferrari. But I love it. I feel like, in fact, I generally feel like they've got a better livery than Ferrari. I think that red looks nicer. I think the nice black. The black looks sleek. Hot take. I'm not a big fan of the Mercedes black. I think the black on the Alfa Romeo looks better. Yeah, I think I prefer the black more than the white. The white's good. Yeah. Aesthetics. I think Red Bull also look pretty. I think it'll be a beautiful car as well. Um, Big fan of Mercedes, but I just generally think Alfa Romeo got the best livery, and I think when that comes out, you'll be like, no, I think they won't be fighting at the front, but when it goes around, you'll be, I don't know, which. The next question was which team will sandbag the most during tests? I've gone for the classic answer of Mercedes. I think Mercedes might have it a bit rough where they're just trying to play catch up a bit, but they'll have a bit more than which is a lot of people because they'll think, oh, they're not sandbagging, they're just shit. The car design hasn't worked out again. I think they could be that doesn't show much. Red Bull's obviously a good answer. Well, Ferrari is a good answer. I don't think any lower team. Think. I think. I, I don't know. I actually, there's part of me that doesn't know what it is. Which team will come out on top during test? Again, a follow-up question. These next few questions are going to be about test. I went boring again with Red Bull. Red Bull could stand back. You could see like someone like McLaren get good testing is like the top three teams playing it. Um, but there's no reason. I think come out with the very best, and they'll just be like, "We're on top." There'll be mind games. I think while Mercedes do mind games with their sandbagging, I think Red Bull do a bit of mind games of, "We're gonna show you everything." No, Christian Horner 2023. No. Biden could be. Well, I kind of believe in the Asman hype. I don't want to because Lance Stroll, but I can't do because of Fernando Alonso. Kind of like last year, it's like I don't like Lance, but I want Sebastian to do well. And I hope Lance just does shit this year and loses his seat. But a bit of a follow up to the last prediction I made where he's gonna lose his seat to Drogovic. I'm also kind of taking that back because I think why would they do that? Like Lance is probably your best shot at like having a good solid number two driver if Alonso is ready. He's ready, for a championship contending year in the next few years. And then Drogovic, rookie. You're saying I'm probably saying Drogovic is better, but he's he hasn't got experience. I don't think that will be something that helps Fernando Alonso get close to winning the championship. So basically, I think Lance is probably more likely to be Alonso's bitch boy unless Aston Martin poach Ricardo. Checo keeps the seat. I think that's also another possibility. I don't think they're going to poach Mick. I think Mick is either going to go Mercedes or Audi. But yeah. Anyways, off track. I think Aston Martin could be a solid, like, okay, if the 3 test teams at the top sandbag, then yeah. Yes, and then it's like there'll be a bit of Aston Martin hype, which I don't know, carry over. Like it'll be like, oh yeah, shit, these Aston Martins are actually challenging Norris and the Alpines, and it's like, whoa, shit, a few more upgrades and they might be the best of the rest. But again, I'm gonna be boring, so Red Bull. And yeah, which team will have the most problems during test? I'm going to say Ferrari. I I do believe Ferrari is a bit cursed. No, well, not cursed, but I don't know. I feel like they will have a rocky start. I do think last year they showed a lot of potential, and then they kind of fell off. Maybe they'll do the opposite, where they'll be like testing rough first few races rough, then pick it up. But I also nearly said Haas as well. I think something about that Haas where maybe I don't want Nico Hulkenberg to do well, or a little bit Ken Magnussen. I'm still angry at Haas for dropping Mick, but I think he's in a better place with Mercedes now, or the possibility of Audi. Especially with how he did in the Race of Champions. Like, that is called Race of Champions for a fucking reason. If he gets, didn't he get to the finals? I think he was at the finals. He beat Mick. Wouldn't be surprised if Vettel let him have it. Race of Champions. Yeah, he got to the finals. Yeah, it was final. Yeah, and then like yeah, Ekstrom he's a rally driver. It's hard to beat a rally driver at his own deal. Um, yeah. But yeah, no, I generally think he mixes shown has his potential. Anyways, I reckon I could make like a 4 hour long videos, maybe fucking 10 hour long videos of just me ranting about F1 and making hot takes and fiction. I reckon I could just start in the morning and just be like, oh shit. Oh shit, it's nearly dinner time. I forgot to have my lunch. just me being a diabetic, kind of like running on the little bit of sugar. Like I reckon I reckon in the afternoon, I reckon I could do 3 or 4 hours of just non-stop talking about F1, which is why we're not gonna keep it too long. But yeah, as Williams could, I again Williams might be expected though that there's shit in there, like broken car shit. They might just be. Um, Other than that, yeah, no. Any other predictions? Um, I mean, you could go rookie of the year, but that's a bit biased because I'm gonna say Oscar. I think I honestly do think Nick Debris is. I think people are shitting on him like because he's overrated, but I do think he's going to do well. In that AlphaTauri, I don't think he's gonna get in there and like, oh yeah, this is why I didn't get lead reads. I think Austin will be better than the lot predict, but I do think fighting for points on a race to race basis. Possibly challenging. Sorry, got distracted. Possibly challenging Lando, given day. Anybody will retire, maybe. I think. What else could have a chance of retiring? I think Nico Hulkenberg will retire. I think he might be just. But I could see going for one a year or another year after that. He's getting old. That's a big surprise. Yeah. Alonso won't retire unless that's absolutely bullshit. I think even then he'll be like, I'm giving it one more year, and then he leaves it midway through. That's it for my prediction. That was the form, the Google form. I would ask if I could get permission to out, and so you guys can. Well, that's assuming anybody will watch this video. If not, I just have fun talking. Like I said, I'll eventually get some viewers. Eventually. But yeah. Yeah, that's it for now. I've already done some hot take predictions. Might get back into that one prediction per team shorts. Those speed round kind of predictions. But yeah, no. Few hot takes, few safe bets. And I think even the safe bets, it's like I have a hot take reason why they will get that prediction. Not just generally thinking, yeah, safe bet. I'm thinking, okay, but why? And go into a loophole of just like, it would have been easier to just say that. Okay, prediction, okay. We would have understand. You didn't have to make it all complicated. But yeah, no, that was fun. This was fun, and yeah, I'll get this video out soon, and yeah, look out maybe for post season. Although preseason, I might not be able to watch much preseason, because that's when I'll be moving up. On the Thursday evening when it starts for me, again will just be when I get up, and we won't have like the set up. Even the Friday or the Saturday, maybe I might be able to watch a bit because we might have TV set up by then and a bit set up, and even then I can unpacking and watch a bit. But even then, I could probably keep up to date with it a little. But yeah, we'll see. If not, we'll definitely go back to podcasts. I don't know when I'll go back to doing some of the videos like F1 Manager and my AI based prediction based like race simulations kind of thing, using but no, been good, and yeah, thank you for watching if you have watched, and yeah, I'll hopefully be back with a, well, actually this has nearly been full length pretty much, yeah, hopefully be back with a proper podcast and more other videos, creative videos, hopefully coming with them. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, anyways,